Took me 20 years to realize. My dad cheated on my mom with the neighbor, even though it was obvious. When I was a child around age 4 or 5, my parents got divorced. My dad moved into an apartment downtown. I remember the first time I was going to stay at my dad's for the night. About an hour after being dropped off, our neighbor from the house we lived in showed up. Ended up making us dinner and stayed the night. Being very young at the time, it never crossed my mind as being weird. She was a close neighbor. We would hang out with her kids all the time back at the house. Only a week went by and she had fully moved in with my dad. I recall them telling us the apartment office messed up and put us in the same unit, and because we know each other, we are just going to accept it for now. Again, young self didn't think anything of it. I guess those things happen. Years went by and my dad and neighbor never admitted to dating or just didn't mention it. About 11 years later, they bought a house together. At this point, I was old enough to know they were dating, and eventually they did get married and had a kid together. It wasn't until I was about 20 for that. I told this story to a friend and went, wait a minute. Apartments don't screw up like that. And everything started to make sense. After asking my mom and stepmom, I found out both of them filed for divorce, a week apart from the other. I think it's wild that my entire life it never occurred to me that that's what happened. But now looking back at it, I just laugh because of the excuse they tried to use about moving in together. Figures I'd share this story because it makes me laugh sometimes that I never noticed what happened.